Good afternoon, everyone, from a rather chilly Spokane. It says it's 55, but it feels colder. And we are going to wrap up the doubleheader we started yesterday, Dodgers at Mets. Uh-oh, I see I left one thing out already. Current streak. Dodgers on a 6-game winning streak. The Mets have lost 3 straight. All 3 in this series, as a matter of fact. This is the last of a 4-game set. And right on cue, here comes Mookie. Okay. That's fine, buddy, but you can't be on the fielding chart, you know? Trying to work around him here. We have a pre-play from Frank. Mets 4, Dodgers 1. Mets won this one in real life as well, 3-2. And 2 spot starters on the mound today. Joe Moeller for the Dodgers. Dennis Rybant for the Mets. For Moeller, his first start of the season, he's made 11 relief appearances. No record, 1 save. 2.76 ERA in 16 1/3 innings. Rybant has been the Mets' best pitcher this year. Despite the 1-4 record, he leads the club in ERA by a long margin at 1.98. He has 6 saves. This is his 4th start. He's also made 13 relief appearances, but that's about to change. As you can see on the card, Rybant would make 26 starts. So from what I can see, what's going to happen here is Rybant and Hamilton are going to switch positions. Hamilton's made 11 starts, but he ends up leading the team in saves with 13. So it looks like Rybant is working his way into the rotation, and soon, with Hamilton taking over as the bullpen ace. Hello there, Mike. Welcome. This morning, I did a 1982 replay stats update. Greetings, Franklin. Yeah, no doubt. I hope it's hot, Tamale. Should be hot by the weekend in any case. And hello there to Ben, and Chuck is here as well. Hi, Chuck. And we're going to play Strat-O-Matic here, of course. Moeller and Rybant getting set to go, and here's the lineup for the Dodgers. More or less the same as yesterday's game, the opening game of the doubleheader, I should say, other than the catcher. Maury Wills at short leads it off. Wes Parker's at first base. Willie Davis in center. Tommy Davis in left. Jim Lefevre at second base hits 5th. Al Ferrara is in right field again. John Roseboro will catch the nightcap. John Kennedy at third base hits 8th, and the pitcher Moeller 9th. Wholesale changes for the Mets in the nightcap. Setting them defensively, Jerry Grody will catch the nightcap. Ed Kranepool at first base. Hunt and McMillan and Boyer round out the infield. Chuck Hiller gets the start in left. Cleon Jones moves to center with Al Luplo in right. Wow, Ben, they are indeed strange. It sounds like they didn't know what the hell they were doing there for about a week. Once again, congratulations, and once again, we will miss you here. Mookie's napping in my lap, so we'll see how that goes as we get ready to get underway. Okay, Ryban is ready. Bears repeating, over 56,000 watched this doubleheader. Chris Pellikudis calling the balls and strikes. And here's Maury Wills. Wills hitting .281, no homers, 12 RBIs. Batting left-handed against Ryban. Ryban gets the sign from Grody, and here we go. It's a 3-10 right-handed, and Wills promptly bangs it into right field for a single. Let's check the Mets' battery now. Much better than the first game. Ryban with a -2 hold, Grody a -1 arm, so Wills a 12 not held. We'll keep an eye on Wills as Wes Parker comes to bat. Parker at .288, 6 homers, 22 RBIs. Another switch hitter, hitting left-handed, of course. Ryban working from the stretch. Comes in there with a 2-5, and he walks him. First two batters reach here in the first, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Willie Davis. At the end of the day, Ben, it's a promotion and a raise for you, and that's always a good thing. Especially with taking on higher rent, right? First and second, nobody out. Here's Willie Davis hitting .288, 2 home runs, 30 RBIs. 30 RBIs, second on the team to Lou Johnson, who's been absent from the lineup this doubleheader. Ryban gets his sign now. And on a 2-9, grounds it back to Ryban. He turns and fires down to McMillan for 1, steps on the bag to Kranepool, not in time. That's going to be a 1-6 force. Parker erased, and Wills goes to third. Davis with the -3 battery, 14. He'll be held on at 12. Yeah, the batter will be Tommy Davis. Tommy at .338, 1 homer, 15 RBIs. Infield at double play depth, and here's the pitch. 1-7 right-handed, single into right field. That's 2 stars. Wills can walk home. They're waving Willie Davis to third, and he'll be in there. RBI single for Tommy Davis, and the Dodgers jump out to a 1-0 lead. Runners at the corners, Jim Lefevre will be the hitter. Another switch hitter, Lefevre at .287. Team leading 8 home runs and 27 RBIs. Infield remains at double play depth. Ryban trying to get a ground ball here, and here's the pitch to Lefevre. It's going to be a 4-5 lefty. It's a high fly ball to deep right field, backing up his loop low at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Jim Lefevre with a 3-run blast, his 9th of the season. Willie Davis and Tommy Davis score ahead of him. 3 big ribeyes for Lefevre. And the Dodgers have opened it up here in the first, 4-0. That R is looking kind of weak there. Oh well, we know what it is. You can hear him, Chuck? How you doing? He's been very close to me lately. If any of you caught the 82 replay this morning, he was very much a part of it. A replay, the 82 stats update, I should say. With Rybant getting touched up early here, oh my goodness, second game of a doubleheader. What have they got? Darryl Sutherland, the right-hander, begins to toss lightly in the Met pen. The Mets certainly do not want to go to their pen early in this game, if they can help it. And here's Al Ferrara. Ferrara at 226, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. And it seems to me that most of Lefebvre's home runs have come recently. He's been hot. How hot? Well, let's take a look. Well, he's not listed under who's hot and who's not in the newspaper style recap. That's what I was looking at. Gene Oliver, Dick Allen, Ron Santo, Lou Brock, and John Bateman are listed, however. Here's the pitch now to Ferrara. On a 5-5 righty, he grounds it down to third. That's Boyer. Fires across the Crane Pool, and there's 2 down. That'll bring up the catcher, John Roseboro. Roseboro off to a miserable start at 188. 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. Rybant's pitch is a 3-5 righty. It's a 2-hopper to second. Hunt, sidearm toss to Crane Pool, and that will do it. But the Dodgers strike for 4. The big blow, a 3-run blast by Jim Lefebvre. After half an inning of play, Los Angeles 4, New York coming to bat against Joe Moeller, making his first start of the year. And welcome, Thomas. Yeah, the Dodgers have been hot. As mentioned previously, they're riding a 6-game winning streak into this game and looking for a 4-game sweep of the Mets in Shea. And Mets trying to avoid the sweep. And they'll set up the following lineup. Chuck Hiller in left field in the leadoff spot. Ron Hunt at second base. Al Luplo will be in right field. Ken Boyer moves to the cleanup spot. He'll be at third. Cleon Jones in center field. Ed Kranepool back in the lineup at first base. Roy McMillan, the shortstop, and Jerry Grody, the catcher, round out the lineup with Rybant, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Hello, Dan. Welcome. Okay, Moeller's ready to work. Hiller on the season, hitting .310, just 29 at-bats. Does not have a home run. Left-handed hitter. Primarily an infielder, playing left field today. Moeller into the windup. That's going to be a 2-5, and that's a base hit into right field. Triple to 4. Here's the roll. He will hold with a long single. Leadoff single for Chuck Hiller. Anybody else sense a wild one coming on here? Here's Ron Hunt at 271. No homers, 6 RBIs. Moeller out of the stretch. Let's check Hiller's running. Normally he doesn't even have a steal rating. So much for that. Moeller with a +4 hold. Counterbalanced somewhat by Roseboro's -3 gun behind the plate, but still it's a +1 battery. And from the stretch, the pitch to Hunt on a 3-3. Foul ball back to the plate. Roseboro tosses the mask aside and puts it away. That'll bring up the right fielder, Al Luplo. Luplo 9 for 45. That's an even 200. He does have one home run. Left-handed hitting outfielder standing in as Moeller delivers from the stretch. 4-10 lefties, a fly to center field X. That's going to be a tough chance for Davis. 2-E-12. Davis ranging back and to his right. The play is a 17, and he makes a fine running catch for the out. 8X, 2 down. And the batter will be Ken Boyer. Boyer at 250, 4 home runs and a team-leading 22 RBIs. Moeller, throw to first, Hiller back to the bag. And here's the pitch to Boyer. That's a 2-6 right-handed. Grounder to short. That's going to be Wills charging it. Throws on the run in time. And that will do it in the first for the Mets. No runs a hit, 1 left. Played 1. It's 4-0 Dodgers. They just came in to evaluate, Rick. They weren't here 5 minutes. He came in, looked around. Yep, you have fleas. Okay, we'll be in touch. They did say it'll probably be a 2-part treatment. So I'm waiting to hear more this afternoon. At least the wheels are in motion, as I like to say. I always did love that saying. Some corporate people will try to tell you the wheel's in motion when they're at a complete standstill, or even perhaps sliding backwards a little bit. But I do think in this case the wheels truly are in motion. Okay, Rybant set to work the second. Rybant touched for 4 runs in the first, and he'll be facing John Kennedy to lead off the second. Kennedy hitting 197, no home runs. Rybant into the windup now. It's a 5-12 right-handed, a grounder to first base X. Tough chance for Cranepool, a 3-E-13 as he moves to his right. It's a 5, and he will make a fine stop. Throws to Rybant covering, and Kennedy is retired. Nice play by Ed Cranepool. Here's the pitcher, Moeller, right-handed hitter. That's a 3-5 righty. Grounds it to shortstop. Routine for McMillan, who throws him out. And there's 2 down quickly. As Mookie moves to the TV tray, Maury Wills comes to bat. Wills singled and scored in the first. Rybant's pitch to the left-hander is a 6-7 lefty. Grounder to second base. Hunt has it. Tosses it to Cranepool, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Dennis Rybant. So Rybant settling down nicely in the second. We go to the bottom of the inning with the score still 4-0. Yeah, you sure are, Ben. What will your new hours be? You're off at what, 5 Central? Or 5:30, I don't remember now. I'm just wondering how it would affect everybody if I started my games 2 hours later. I'm not saying I will, but something to ponder. And we move to the bottom of the second inning. Let's get the right pitcher out there. Cleon Jones will lead it off against Moeller. Cleon hitting .297, the leading hitter on the ball club. 3 homers, 10 RBIs. Moeller into the windup. That's going to be a 6-7 right-handed. Second base X, ground ball. That's Lefevre, 3E17, moves back towards the bag, and it's a 12 error range. A 6 on a 17. His throw to first pulls Parker off the bag, and that's going to be an error on Lefevre. First error of the game. Jones reaches. And Jones with good speed, 16 with a +1 battery, held at 14. And the hitter is Ed Kranepool. So an hour and a half later, if I started at 3 Pacific, at 6 Eastern, it could be into a lot of people's dinner time though, couldn't it? What do you guys think? Let me know here or leave it in the comments. Not a big deal to me, personally. Kranepool's hitting .235 on the year, 3 home runs, second on the club with 18 RBIs. That speaks volumes in itself, doesn't it? 18 RBIs, second on the team. The Mets have played a few less games than most teams. This is their 43rd game. With the Dodgers, for example, this is their 51st game. Jones held at 14 is rolling for the lead. 2-3-7. 10, he does not get it. And here's the next pitch to Kranepool. That's going to be a 4-6 left-handed grounder to second base. Lefevre has this one. He goes to Wills for 1. On to first, not in time. That'll be a 4-6 force. Cleon is erased, and Kranepool standing at first with 1 away. Yeah, it doesn't have to happen overnight. Here's McMillan, the shortstop. .218 average, 1 homer, 9 RBIs. The pitch from the stretch is a 2-5 righty, grounder to second base, to the right of second. Lefevre to his left. His only play is to Parker. And on the play, Kranepool advances to second. 2 down, runner in scoring position for Grody. Jerry Grody, the catcher. .247 on the year. No homers, but 11 RBIs. Trying to pick up Kranepool here. And here's the pitch on a 1-6 righty. Single to 9. That's a grounder towards second. Lefevre can't get it. He knocks it down, but has no play. And that will be an infield single for Grody. Kranepool stopping at third. Runners at the corners, 2 down. And the batter is the pitcher, Dennis Ryband. And hello to Frank. Frank's entered the room. Chuck says, don't change a thing. Good comeback, Ben. Ryband, a right-handed batter, 3W. Moeller trying to use him to get out of this inning. And here's the pitch on a 4-9 righty. That could be a single. It's a liner towards third, headed towards left. And that's a base hit. So Ryband with an RBI single helping his own cause. Kranepool scores. Grody stops at second. And the score is 4-1. So on the 4-9, a single to 10, he rolled the 8. And that'll bring up Hiller. If we have to have another X play, I'm going to have to move Mookie. He's right on top of the fielding charts. It's funny, the first couple days back, Mookie was wandering the place looking for his buddies. And now he's gotten past that, and he's sticking very close to me. I always wonder what they think, when I was gone for a week. First time I've been gone from Mookie since I got him. If he's wondering, where did he go? Is he ever coming back? Here's Hiller now. First and second, 2 down. Hiller singled to open the first. Muller's pitch on a 5-5 left-handed. That is a high fly ball to deep right field. Backing up his Ferrara on the track. At the wall. He makes the catch at the wall to retire the side. So Hiller gave it a ride. It's just allowed out to right, and the Mets settle for 1. In fact, the run is unearned as far as Muller is concerned. So 1 run, 2 hits, 2 left. And through 2 innings, it is 4-1, excuse me. How will it affect Mookie? What, me being gone, you mean? Or changing the game time? I think that's what you meant. Probably not much. He's not going to be asleep an hour and a half later. Looks like he's dozing right now. So you never know when a cat's going to doze. Cats sleep 2/3 of their lives on average. I'll tell you one thing, him and I will both be glad when these fleas are gone. Although, to be honest, I saw less of them last night and this morning. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, Mike. I was thinking of that, too. Could go into the dinner hour there. The other option would be, when possible, I could play 2 games a day. We've tried that before, though, and I'll tell you what. Just 1 game takes a lot out of me. I don't know if I'd have to be feeling my oats to play 2. 4-1 Dodgers. We move along to the 3rd inning. Wes Parker will start it off. He walked his first time up. The pitch to Ryban is going to be a 6-4 lefty. Fly to center field X. Sorry, Moot. I need that. Cleon Jones going back to get it. Cleon a 3E8 in center. On a 15, he makes a nice running catch for the out. So a nice play by Cleon Jones to retire Parker. And here's Willie Davis. Rybant gets the sign from Grody now. Here's the pitch to Willie. It's a 1-8 righty. 2-hopper down to first. Cranepool gloves it. It's a race to the bag, and Cranepool gets there first. 2 down quickly, and here's Tommy Davis. Tommy singled in a run and scored himself in the first. Ryban into the windup. It's a 6-5 righty. Grounder down to first. White at first. Cranepool gloves it, turns and throws to Ryban covering. And 1-2-3 go the Dodgers in the 3rd. So Ryban settled down nicely after that first inning outburst. My gut feeling, most likely, I will not change my time. Yes, what a concept. Many do, some while watching. Thomas, Franklin, to name 2. All right, bottom of the third. Ron Hunt 0 for 1 steps in against Moeller. Here's the windup and the pitch to Hunt. It's a 6-5 right. He gets a grounder to short X. Tough chance for Wills as he goes into the hole. 327. Rolls an 11 E-range. An 11 on a 27. He makes a fine play and throws him out. Nice play, Maury Wills. Always wonder about that 11. 11 and 12 for that matter. And here's a Luplo 0 for 1. Again, I'm lagging way behind live here as I try to monitor the game. Luplo 0 for 1 standing in from the left side. Moeller gets the sign from Roseboro and comes in there with a 1-7 right-handed. It's a 2-hopper to second. Lefevre will take it. Throws to Parker, 2 down. And that will bring up Ken Boyer. Boyer, the third baseman, 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Joe Moeller. That's 2-6 right-handed. Hard hit to short. Wills gloves it, throws to Parker, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Joe Moeller. We're through 3. It's 4-1 Dodgers. The Dodgers, with the Mets' help, have really made a move on first place. Their lead now, let's take a look at it. Lead now is 2 ahead of Pittsburgh and 2.5 ahead of the Phillies. Still a very tight 3-team race in the National League. Reds and Astros tied for 4th, 7 back. The streaking Reds, right? They've won 11 of their last 12. They've gone from 9th place to tied for 4th in that span. Okay, back to this one. Top of the 4th, Jim Lefevre to lead it off. He's got the big hit in the game so far, a 3-run homer in the first. Ryban into the windup, 6-6 left-handed. He grounds it to first. Cranepool will take it to the bag. Last 3 balls hit by Dodgers have gone to Cranepool. 1 away, and here's Al Ferrara. The pitch for Ryban is going to be a 1-6 right-handed. It's called strike 3. Pelikutis rings him up, and there's 2 down. A name I'll never forget, and it reminds me of the short-lived character Pakaitis on Parks and Recreations. The teenage boy who gave Leslie Knope fits for a couple episodes with his pranks. Who isn't reminded of their own youth by Pakaitis? I was a devious teenager myself. Causing pulled hair and frustration for any adult that dare cross my path. 2 down, nobody on, and here's Roseboro. Ryban, good to pitch. 2-7 right-handed, right in the heart of his good column. He hits a hard grounder to second. Hunt to Cranepool, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers in the 4th, so Ryban has now retired 11 in a row. That's weird, Mike. I don't remember having these problems back when we had antennas. Of course, there would have been no way for us to know, would there? I have noticed that different platforms have different lag times. I've been on a phone with a buddy of mine in the past many times watching the same game. And we'll be like as much as, 30 seconds off. Bottom of the fourth, Cleon Jones to start it off. He reached on an error in the second. Moeller into the windup. Pitches a 6-11 right-handed. Grounder down to Parker. He'll take it to the bag himself, and there's one down. Here's Cranepool. Moeller getting the sign from Roseboro now. Here's the pitch to Cranepool. 6-5 lefty. Grounder to short X. Wills will be tested again. 327. Here it is on a 20. He makes the play in the hole and throws him out. 6-3X, 2 out quickly, and the batter will be the shortstop, McMillan. Moeller set now. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 1-4. He pops him up on the left side. Wills again. He'll take it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Joe Moeller. Four innings in the books. Both pitchers cruising along now. Moeller rated just 5 for endurance in his first start of the year. Rybant rated 7. I'll second that, Mike. I had issues with them this morning, in fact. I canceled them a month ago, and they're still trying to bill me. That should come as no surprise to anyone who's had any dealings with Xfinity. And then you try to call their customer service. Boy, I don't have to tell you. You're stuck in the endless robotic loop. There's Thomas. Mookie back on my lap. If you could hear the purring before, you probably can hear it now. Easy. John Kennedy, who led off the second, will lead off the fourth. He's 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch from Dennis Rybant. That's going to be a 6-8 righty. He pops him up on the left side. Boyer waving his arms. He'll take it. One down. That'll bring up the pitcher, Moeller. Rybant's delivery is a 6-9 right-handed. To grounder to short X. Tough chance for McMillan. 3E20. Ranging behind the bag, error range. It's a 10 on a 20. This could be close. Nice play, McMillan. Throws him out, 2 down. Six 3X, 2 away, and here's Maury Wills. Wills 1 for 2. Left-handed hitter, Rybant's pitch is a 4-8. That's going to be a liner towards first. Single on a 1. He is out as Cranepool stabs it. And it's yet another 1-2-3 inning. How about this Dennis Rybant? 14 in a row retired now by Rybant. We're halfway home. Dodgers lead at 4-1. I've been watching all of my games on the Roku stick, believe it or not. I like it. So I got rid of all of my cable. It's all streaming now. That could be a point, Frank, but on the other hand, I know he had a really good time over at my sister's. Here's Grody. He singled his first time up. Moeller, in his first inning of potential fatigue, comes set. Here's the windup and the pitch to Grody. It's a 2-7 righty, called strike 3. First strikeout for Moeller. And here's the pitcher, Rybant, in the 5th. The Rybant pitching as well as he has been since the 1st. He has to stay in. It's a 1-4 grounder back to Moeller. He snags it, tosses it to Parker for the out. And Moeller now has retired 9 in a row himself. And here's Chuck Hiller with 2 down. Moeller's pitch is a 5-3 left-handed. It's a high fly ball to right. Backing up his Ferrara just shy of the track, hauls it in, and that will do it for the Mets in the 5th. Dodgers put up 4 in the 1st, and Mets answer with 1 in the 2nd, and it's been all pitching ever since. I tell you, I've been having sleep issues, which I think is probably due to the fleas. Oh, it hasn't been as bad, but subconsciously I still know they're there. And hello there to Larry. Wes Parker will start off the 6th, 0 for 1 with a walk. Rybant gets the sign from Grody. Pitches a 3-10 right-handed, and that's hit high and deep to right field. That's going to be over Luplow's head for extra bases. Rolling for the triple, he will round and hold at second with a long double. A leadoff double for Wes Parker. And here's Willie Davis. Sutherland, who sat down, gets up again. Oh, I believe that, Frank. And Mookie is a very smart cat at that. He's proven that time and time again. Willie Davis stands in 0 for 2, runner in scoring position, nobody out. Rybant checks the runner, comes in with a 4-10. It's a shallow fly to right. On comes Luplow to make the catch, and the runner will hold. That'll bring up Tommy Davis, 1 for 2 RBI single back in the 1st. Rybant comes in there with a 5-7 righty, swung on and missed, strike 3. Just the 2nd strikeout for Rybant. And the batter will be Lefevre. Lefevre, of course, with the big blow in the game so far, hitting left-handed against Rybant. Here's the pitch on a 4-7, and that's going to be hit hard to right field. Luplow ranging over. That is going to be extra bases. Here comes Parker to score. Into second is Lefevre with an RBI double. Didn't Lefevre have a... No, he was missing the double from game 1, wasn't he? I think he had a homer, a triple, and a single. Let's take a look. It's on the other side. Homer, triples, there you go. Lefevre remains hot. And Al Ferrara will come to bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 down. Out to the mound goes Grody, as Sutherland ramps it up a bit in the Mets pen. That's a good question, Ben, and one I cannot answer. I use it mostly for streaming the MLB package. They do have a lot of free channels on there. But during baseball season, I don't really watch much TV other than baseball. There's a couple things I keep following on Netflix later at night. But honestly, that's more just to get myself sleepy so I can go to bed. Half the time, I don't even know what's going on in these shows. Tunnel Care Bear, you're back. Yeah, I got home late Saturday night. Had a wonderful time. How are you doing? Runner at second, here's Ferrara. Ryback ready to go. It's a 5-7 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that will do it for the Dodgers. They add on a run, however, on 2 hits and leave a man. And now lead it 5-1. Frank, you suffered anxiety. How are you doing, by the way, Frank? I'm sure I'm not the only one who would like to know. You've been through a lot. Second fatigue, or second endurance inning, I should say, for Joe Moeller here. I do appreciate it, Frank. I really do. It means that much to you. I am humbled. Okay, bottom of the 6th in a 5-1 game. Ron Hunt will start it off. He's 0 for 2 today. Moeller into the windup. It's a 4-5 right-handed hard smash to third. Kennedy backhands to Parker. And that's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the right fielder, Al Luplo. Al 0 for 2. Moeller with the windup and the pitch. It's a 6-5 left-handed grounder to short X. Wills will be tested again. 327. On a 13, he makes the play and throws him out. Nice play by Wills. And now Moeller's working on a streak. My goodness, that's 12 in a row retired by Joe Moeller. 2 down, nobody on, and here's Ken Boyer. Grounded to short both times so far as Moeller comes set. 2-5 right-handed, another grounder to short. Wills charging on the run. He is out. Moeller sailing along. We're through 6. It's 5-1 Dodgers. As we go to the 7th, it's the first endurance inning for Dennis Ryband. Bottom third of the order for LA. It's Roseboro, Kennedy, and the pitcher's spot. Roseboro bounced to second both times today. Ryband into the windup. That's going to be a 3-4 right-handed. He pops him up on the right side. Hunt will take it. 1 down. Here's Kennedy now, 0 for 2 on the day. Ryband's pitch is a 6-7 righty. Grounder to shortstop. McMillan gloves it and fires to Crane-Poole for the out. 2 down quickly, and Moeller will come to bat here in the 7th. Ryband's pitch is a 5-6. Fly ball to center. Can of corn for Cleon Jones, and it's an easy inning for Ryband. As we stretch for the 7th, it is 5-1 Dodgers. Sounds like everything is going well. That's good news, Frank. What a frightening event. I'm sure we've all thought about it. I know I have. Alrighty, as we stretch, I'm going to get coffee, of course, and then we'll take a look in at the Mookie cam. And he is, I'll tell you what. I think Frank's got it here, because if you've seen the last few games, he's always right by my side. Hey, Mookie. Are you nodding off, buddy? Hey. He says, don't worry. If you've got an X chart, I've got it covered. If you've got an X chart play, I've got it covered. The Mook. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. The next trip I take probably be another Mookie road trip, and a much shorter one. Now, you guys know that I've been fascinated lately by this Route 66 trip. I've watched pretty much everything I can on it on YouTube, and as fun as it looks, I don't know if I could pull it off. It looks as exhausting as it is fun. Mookie deep in stoic thought. Third endurance inning for Moeller here as we continue going to the bottom of the seventh. It will be Jones, Crane, Poole, and McMillan for New York. Cleon 0 for 2 today, reached on an error in the second. Moeller into the windup. It's going to be a 2-6 righty. Base hit into right field. Ferrara picks it up. Jones rounds and holds it first with a single. +1, 16. Held at 14 is Cleon. Trailing by 4. Would he try to steal 1 to 14? Not on the first batter, anyway. Ed Kranepool swing away. Ed 0 for 2 today as Moeller comes set. From the stretch, it's a 210 right-hander, and it's a high fly ball to deep right field. Back is Ferrara to the track, to the wall. It's gone. Home run, Kranepool. And suddenly we've got a ball game again. 210, no doubt about it, on the 7. And for Ed Kranepool, that is just his 4th home run of the season and makes it a 5-3 ball game. And they're going to get busy in the Dodger bullpen. Ron Peronowski, the lefty throwing, he's joined by the righty Bob Miller. And the batter will be McMillan. Moeller gets the sign from Roseboro. Pitch to McMillan on a 5-5. That's hit into left center. Could be extra bases. Double to 11, and he is going to hold with a long single, and that's going to tire Moeller. Here comes Walter Alston. That'll do it for Moeller. Tying run coming to the plate in the form of Jerry Grody. Right pinch hitter, left right. And they're going to bring in a Miller. So Moeller will call it a day. 6+. Ran out of gas here in the 7th. 6 hits allowed in the game. 3 runs so far. Runner at first, his responsibility. He did not walk a batter. And he struck out just 1. So from Moeller to Miller, And he'll be brought on here in the 7th to face Jerry Grody. Miller's been in 13 games, 2-2 with 1 save and a 2.45 ERA and 18 1/3 innings of work. Runner at first, nobody out in the inning. Here's Jerry Grody, 1 for 2 on the day. Miller set to work now. From the stretch, it's a 4-6 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Grody strikes out for the 2nd time today. Now we'll have a pinch hitter for Ryband. Ryband goes 7 innings today. Throw out that first inning, it was quite a performance. 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 in the first inning, of course. Walked only 1 and struck out 3. Darryl Sutherland, who's been ready, will be the Mets' next pitcher. Now let's see who the pinch hitter is going to be with a runner on first and 1 out. Could be Swoboda. Trying to catch lightning in a bottle. They're going to go with Jim Hickman. Here's Hickman. Hickman, who I remember well from his Chicago Cub days, hitting .262 on the season, 1 homer, 5 RBIs. Hang on while I read this. Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, I've heard many stories about animals like that. I always tend to think of it in the opposite terms. You know, what would life be like without a pet? Don't often think about what would the pet's life be like without us. McMillan's still at first, 1 away. Here's Hickman. Miller out of the stretch. That's going to be a 3-10 right-handed. Fly ball to right, playable. Ferrara is there to make the catch, and there's 2 down. So Miller comes on, gets 2 quick outs, and it will be up to Chuck Hiller. Hiller 1 for 3 today. Miller set now from the stretch. It's a 6-8 left-handed. That's a base hit 1 through 18, and he is going to be a base hit. 1 star single. McMillan stops at second. Wait a minute, that's not right. 5-3, tying runs aboard with 2 down. And the batter will be the second baseman, Ron Hunt. 5-3 Dodgers here in the bottom of the 7th. Mets rallying. They've plated 2 and have runners at first and second with 2 down. Hunt 0 for 3 on the day as Miller stares in to get the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 3-7. He lifts one to left field. Davis settling under it. And that'll wrap up the inning. The Mets score 2 on the 2-run blast by Cranepool. 4 hits in the inning, but they strand a pair. And after 7 complete, it's 5-3 Dodgers. But now we're into the Mets' beleaguered bullpen. Sutherland, a backwards righty, coming on to face the switch hitters. Sutherland's numbers on the season, not pretty. 9 appearances, no record, a 5.84 ERA in 12 1/3 innings of work. And the top of the order due up for Los Angeles. Maury Wills to start it off. He's 1 for 3 today. Sutherland gets the sign from Grody. There's the windup and the pitch on a 1-11. Line drive right into the glove of Hunt. Liner to second, 1 down. And the batter will be Wes Parker. Parker doubled and walked, 1 for 2. Sutherland into the windup. It's a 1-8 right-handed. It's a grounder to first base. Cranepool has it. Underhands to Sutherland covering. And Sutherland records 2 quick outs, bringing up Willie Davis. Davis 0 for 3 today. Sutherland set, and here's the windup and the pitch on a 5-4. It's a hot smash to third base X. Sorry, Mook. Tough play for Boyer, 226. Here's the play on a 2. He can't get it. That's going to be a base hit. That would have been a tough chance for anybody. And Davis reaches. New battery for New York. Sutherland +1, Grody -1. Davis 17 held at 15. Tommy Davis coming to bat. And Willie Davis will roll for the lead. 2 through 5, 11 or 12. That's a 2. He's got it. 1 to 15. There he goes. Grody's throw down. He's stolen it. Willie Davis swipes second. For Willie, that's his 13th steal of the year. Now in scoring position, here's the next pitch to Tommy Davis. On a 3-5 righty, single to 16, liner towards third base, speared by a diving Boyer. Oh my, that would have been a 1-star single. So Willie Davis would not have scored on that anyway, but what a grab by Boyer to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. Now nursing a 2-run lead. Bottom of the 8th. Lou Johnson is going to come on and take over in left field for Tommy Davis. E5 with a 0 and a 16 runner. Second inning of work for Bob Miller. Left, right, left, due up for the Mets. Yeah, me too, Frank. Yeah, that's a good point, Frank. I probably shouldn't do it, but I'll put in a plug for ASPCA. I'm a member. If you can spare it, it's only $19 a month, and they do quite a bit to help animals. It's going to be Luplow, Boyer, and Jones in the bottom of the 8th in a 5-3 ball game. Luplow 0 for 3 today as Miller comes set. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 2-9 right-handed grounder, second base. Lefevre gloves it. Flips to Parker, 1 down. Here's Boyer, 0 for 3. Boyer's grounded to short all 3 times today. Miller into the windup. On a 3-9 right-handed hot smash to third, it's Kennedy, gloves it. Over to Parker, and 2 quick outs in the 8th. That'll bring up Cleon, 1 for 3 today. Miller gets the sign. Pitch to Jones is a 4-12 righty. It's a hard smash to left field. Going back is Johnson at the track, at the wall, caught at the wall. Oh my, Cleon gave it a ride. 4-12 homer to 7. He would have been a weak against righties. So single to 7. He rolled the 13. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Miller. Miller's worked 2 now. And I'm going to take a short break to use the restroom. The question being, do I let Miller close it out, or is it time for the vulture? Okay, we're back. Going to the 9th. Sutherland worked a solid 8th. He will start the inning. Larry Bernarth getting loose. Due to hit for LA, it's Lefevre, Ferrara, and Roseboro. Lefevre a homer and a double today. Sutherland's pitch to the switch hitter is a 2-6 right-handed. That's going to be hit hard to center field. Backing up is Jones, double to 10. That's over Jones' head for extra bases, and Lefevre with his 3rd extra base hit of the day. And that's going to bring Westrom out, and he's going to go to Bernarth. Bernarth, I don't know if you can see it or not. You can right there. Of course, Bernarth, the victim of an earlier Mookie attack. Sutherland goes 1+, 2 hits. No walks, no strikeouts. Right, left, right coming up. Mets will go to Baranarth. Baranarth on the season 3-1, 5.79. Much better against right-handers. Lefevre in scoring position. Al Ferrara, the batter. Baranarth's bearing down, and here's the pitch. It's a 5-11. That is a hard, high fly ball to deep left center. Backing up is Cleon. It's gone. Al Ferrara, who homered in the first game, does it again here in the 9th inning. In fact, Lefevre and Ferrara both homered in both games. For Ferrara, his 4th of the season. Half of them coming in the last 2 days. So Baranarth, brought on to face the righty, instead serves up the gopher ball. And the Dodgers open it up again, 7-3. That's going to bring up the catcher, Roseboro. Roseboro 0 for 3 today. Baranarth settling in now. Here's the pitch. 2-6 right-handed. Base hit into right field. Single for Roseboro. And here's the third baseman, Kennedy. Baranarth from the stretch. 6-11 right-handed. He lifts one to left field, playable for Hiller, who puts it away for the first out. Will we use another pitcher or not? At 7-3, I'm inclined just to let Miller go. Miller is a one-hitting pitcher, right-hander. The pitch is a 4-7 righty, single to 3, ground ball to first base. B, he goes down for the force. Roseboro erased. Bob Miller standing at first with 2 down, and here's Wills. The pitch from Baranarth from the stretch is a 6-5 grounder to short X. Tough chance for McMillan. 3 E20s charging it on a 12 E range. It's a 6 on a 20, and he boots it. Error McMillan. First Mets error of the day. Bob Miller goes to second. That'll get Wes Parker to the plate. First and second, 2 down. Here's the pitch to Parker. It is a 4-9 lefty. That's hit high and deep to right field. Going back Luplo to the track, to the wall. It's gone. Home run, Parker. And now, if you're thinking along with me, you got to be thinking Westrom should have stuck with Sutherland. Wes Parker with his 7th home run of the year. That's 5 runs in the inning, and the Dodgers blow it open 10-3. No point making a change now. Here's Davis. Baranarth trying to get that last out. 3-9, fly to right. That will do it. But 5 runs score in the inning on 4 hits. And that's pretty much the game right there. Miller will attempt to get the cheap 3-inning save. I want to thank everybody for watching as usual. I do appreciate it. Man, I look forward to these games and spending some time with you guys. And this is a good time of day for me, so yeah, it's highly, highly improbable that I would change the game time. Kranepool, McMillan, and Grody do. Kranepool with a home run in his last at bat. Miller into the windup. On a 5-7 lefty, second base X, that's Lefevre. 3E17 as he ranges to his left. Here's the play on a 14. He makes a nice play and throws him out. 4-3X, one down. Here's the shortstop, McMillan. They do have another shortstop. Let's see if they can hit for McMillan. Ron Swoboda will hit for McMillan. Swoboda just 146. A little better hitter than McMillan. Miller's pitch on a 3-8, grounded to short. Wills has it, throws him out, and the Mets are down to their last out. It will be the catcher, Jerry Grody. Grody 1 for 3 today. Miller staring in to get the sign. Here it comes, 6-7 righty. He walks him. 2 out walk to Grody, and we'll have another pinch hitter. This time for Bernarth. And Larry Elliott grabs the bat. Yeah, why not? He hasn't been used much. I was just looking at that. Elliott, 3 games, 0 for 3. Left-handed hitter. Little pop. Miller's pitches a 1-5 and he walks him. Now one more hit or walk will fatigue Miller as Ron Peronowski begins to loosen. Right, Rick? Especially after seeing the White Sox last year, you had to be thinking nobody can beat that. Well, the Rockies are giving it a hell of a try. First and second, 2 out. Miller hanging on. Here's Hiller, 2 for 4 on the day. Miller comes in there with a 2-8 righty, and that's a 2-star single into right field, driving in Grody, and that fatigues Miller. To third goes Elliott, and it's 10-4, and Miller is fatigued. Normally I pull him, but 10-4, I'm going to give him one more hitter. Ron Hunt stands at the plate 0 for 4 on the day. (10-4) now. Runners at the corners, 2 out. Here's Miller's pitch to Hunt. That's going to be a 4-7 right-handed, and it's the tired dot. That's going to would have been a strikeout, but that's going to be a 2-star single. Another run will score. Larry Elliott crosses the plate. To third goes Hiller. And it's 10-5, and that will do it for Miller. Alston coming out with the hook. And in comes Ron Peronowski. Score still too lopsided for Regan. Perinoski will try to get the final out. Luplo do, but Luplo not good against lefties. Let's see what they've got. Brasseau, perhaps. That's really the best option. So Eddie Brasseau will grab a bat. And he'll bat here for Luplo. Wow, Rick, that's insane. Okay, Perinoski facing Brasseau. Runners at the corners, 2 down. The pitch is a 2-7 lefty, and he walks him to load him up. Ten to 5, bases loaded. Ken Boyer at the plate. He's not the tying run at the plate. They need one more on for that to happen. Cleon Jones in the on-deck circle. A glimmer of hope for the Mets in the 9th. As Perinoski comes set, checks third, a full windup. The pitch to Boyer is a 4-10 righty. Catcher's card. That's Roseboro, the Gold Glover. 1E4 on A16. He makes the catch on the pop out, and the game is over. The Mets score 2. On 2 hits, they leave the bases full, and the final is 10 to 5. I'll have the totals for you in a moment. Didn't we just have a 10 to 5 game? Guess not. My mind's playing tricks on me again. Actually, that should have been the 3rd out, so all those runs are unearned. Out, yep. All but one. So that error by McMillan, larger than I saw at the time, for sure. Dennis Rybant takes the loss. He drops to 1-5. Moeller gets the win. That's his first decision of the year. Moeller in 6+ gave up 3 runs, 2 earned. Miller allowed 3 hits. Two runs. He walked 2. 1, struck out 1. Perinoski in his 3rd of it, and he gave up a walk, and that was it. I don't believe Perunovsky gets a save, but we'll see. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I would have to agree. Player of the game, Jim Lefevre. Home run and 2 doubles. 4 RBIs, 2 runs scored. Quite a doubleheader for Lefevre. Dodgers end up with 10 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. The Mets 5 runs, 9 hits, and an error. And the Dodgers extend their winning streak to 7 games. Longest winning streak so far is the 8 by the Cincinnati Reds. Dan had a meeting and made it back for the end. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Franklin. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Perry. Thank you, everybody. Let's take a look ahead on the schedule. See what we have on tap for the Friday game. That's going to be the Giants at the Phillies. Ron Herbel versus Ray Culp. Usual time. Look for you. Meantime, I'm going to grab some lunch and get out of here. Hey, here he comes for an encore. Mookie says, I love this game. Are you going after those dice? Is that your move? He's just staring at him. I'm waiting to see what he's going to do. No, you don't want those, huh? Okay. Well, for Mookie and myself, wishing you all a pleasant good evening. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. Come on, Mook. Let me shut it down.